All right, I want to start off with saying Shalom. Of course, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And I just want to do a quick lesson. I'm going to entitle this lesson, These Are Bad Times. All right, and this lesson here, came to mind earlier, man, when I was sitting there, right, trying to scrape together a couple, pennies, right? Penny pinch, a couple dollars together so I could get myself a drink, right? And when I say penny pinch, I'm not even being sarcastic with that. I'm not talking about dime pinching. I'm not talking about, you know, quarter pinching. I'm talking about penny pinching. Like literally, man, penny pinching, right? To just to get myself a damn drink. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, damn, this is extreme levels of poverty right here, man. I mean, who the hell can live like this, man? And especially in, the richest country on earth, right? America, aka Mystery Babylon the Great, right? That great city. It's like hell. This is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable the amount of extreme poverty that we're seeing out here, man. Like I saw when I was over in downtown Easton the other day, right? I was, taking a walk on one of the streets there, and I happened to notice a street sign they had up, man. And they were saying that 1 in 4 children, suffers from, not having enough food, to eat every night. Right? 1 in 4 children, suffers from, not having enough food. Think about that. That's over here in America, man. Right? The most wealthiest nation on the face of the earth. The most wealthiest nation that has ever existed in the history of the world. But yet, even over here, 1 out of 4 children, suffers with not having enough food to eat at night. So, I mean, this place is circling the drain, man. And you can see it, right? Anywhere you go, man, everybody's face is doom and gloom, and it should be, right? It should be, because why the hell would it not be? Well, what the hell is there to be happy about? Like, if you do your research on, say, for an example, the Roman Empire, right, there was something called bread and circus, right? Bread and circuses. That's why they erected the Flavian Amphitheater, right, also known as the Colosseum, right, over there in ancient Rome, right. That was erected so the people there, they would be, entertained for, I believe if my research is correct, the games sometimes were free, right? The people go there, obviously have to, buy your own food or whatnot. And we do research into Colosseum, depending on your social status, it will depend on that. And whatever, status you fall into, that will determine where you get to sit inside of the arena, right? But the point is they made this Colosseum so that people could go there and enjoy free, events, which back in those times, was killing people, right? Watching people, fight to the death. Or sometimes animal hunts, right? Naval battles, they also, held in the arena back then. And if you do the research on it, when they first erected the Colosseum, they held 100 days of games, right? So every single day for 100 days, they would have games in the arena, right? So the people could come and be entertained, right? So they had to entertain the masses, just so they wouldn't revolt against them. Like going back to the Colosseum, those are expensive games, man. Dealing with the animal hunts, they had to import animals from all over the world, right? Endangered species as we call them today, right? Animals from all over the world, they had to import them to Rome so they could, be slaughtered in the arena by the, what do they call them? The bestiaries, which are trained, the animal trainers there that capture the animals and also kill the animals in front of the masses, right? So it's really not different today, except today people are entertained by people throwing baseballs and soccer balls or whatever the hell you call it, on TV, right? People will pay, you know, hell, some of these seats out there, man, are damn thousands of dollars, to sit at the front row seats at some of these ball games, man. So back then, people were, entertained by people killing each other, but here it is today, people are entertained by people kicking a ball around for a couple hours. Damn joke. But anyway. Now there was just a couple scriptures that came from my mind, man. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. Right, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. Yeah, so if you know you're being oppressed, you should be pissed off. Shows that you're a wise man. Right, it shows that you know what's going on, man. And matter of fact, there's an article, I actually re-uploaded it earlier today, and it said that 1 out of 3 Americans says that in the near future it's justifiable to take up arms against the government. Nearly paraphrasing the the post, but that's what it says, man. Right? Just about 1 out of 3 Americans says in the near future it might be justifiable to take up arms against the authorities. Yeah, so this place is going down the tube, man. And anyone that can't see it, got to be either not paying attention or willfully ignorant. That's just what it is at the end of the day, man. It's either you see it or you don't. What is that? If you go to Ecclesiastes 1:18, it says, matter of fact, let me get that quick. Bear with me for a second. Just one sec. Cause I gotta flip there. What was that? Ecclesiastes 1:18, I said. Ecclesiastes chapter 1:18, it says, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases in knowledge, he increases in sorrow. Let's read that again. Ecclesiastes 1 verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge, he increases in sorrow. Right. So that's telling you what? That's basically reiterating, back in later on in the 7th chapter, right? Ecclesiastes 7:7. Right, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. Right, and how do you get wise? Well, you have to take in information. So going here, right, by learning information about how you're being oppressed, hey, that should piss you off. So hell, you know what, man? If you go on YouTube, right, you can see a video clip of this guy. What's this dude? Floyd Mayweather, right, on his private jet, showing off, $100 million paycheck, right? Flexing that on here. But here it is, man. I used to work. With trailers and stuff, man. Working my ass off, in the heat, making $8 an hour. That's some bullshit right there, man. Yeah, so it pisses you off. You get this character, right? This coon, gets to, go have a boxing match on TV and get $100 million for it. Well, maybe it wasn't just that event alone, possibly. Maybe it was a, contract for multiple, events. That's likely. That's likely, but still, think about that, man. $100 million. But the average simp out here is working on, a minimal wage, which is as low as $8 an hour. I mean, that's unbelievable right there, man. The amount of inequality, maybe we say, as in wealth, right? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how wealthy some of these people are out here. And it's also, on the flip side, it's unbelievable how poor people are out here. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the amount of poverty that we're seeing. Not just, in the world itself, but especially over here in America, right? That great city, Mystery Babylon, right? The most wealthiest empire to ever exist. Hell, even with, these government handouts, people still are scraping by. I just want to get a handful of scriptures, going into this, man. It's like, damn, man. It should piss you off that you gotta live this way, man. And as I said, I was just an hour ago scraping together pennies so I can get myself a drink. Piss you off that you gotta live like that. You know what I'm saying? Alright, this is Matthew chapter 24. It'll start at verse 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, nor to this time, no, nor shall it ever be." Listen here. "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days they shall be shortened." Right? So, why is that relevant? Because the way that things are right now, man, going off of the statistics, right, that 1 in 4 children, right, they struggle to have, enough food to eat at night, right? And people out here, hell, the homeless rate is off the chart right now, dealing with, the amount of evictions and what's going on. I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on out here, man. So as the scriptures say, except those days were to be short and nobody would be saved. And that's the time we're coming into. We're just in the beginning of sorrows, man. And it tells you that in this chapter, right? All these things we see going on in the world, right? The riots, the earthquakes, these wars, famines, pestilences. This is all just the beginning, man. And it's already unbelievable right now. I don't even want to think about a year from now. You see how bad shit it is right now, man? Think about 1 year from now. That's why it goes back to the scriptures. That if the Lord did not shorten those days, nobody would be alive to be saved, right? If those days were not cut short, nobody would be alive. That's how bad it's going to get out here. And we're already almost there. How bad shit is out here, man. I mean, it's unbelievable, the wealth gap, man. Hell, it's so bad out here, man. Even the most our people, these niggas, they got to shop at damn Dollar Tree, right? Just as Wolf Pit says, right? My own personal adult playground, Dollar Tree. Everybody's shopping there, right? Who's on the lower class of society. That's where everybody goes for most of their goods, right? But even with that, with the amount of people they got, going in there and making that corporation rich, they still had to up the prices. They still had to up the prices, due to the, everything that's been going on in the last 2 years, man. So hell, that tells you something. Even the Dollar Tree, with the amount of money they're making, even they have to increase their prices. That should tell you something right there, man. That's real bad. I got another one. We'll go to what is that? Revelation. I believe that's 2:9. Okay. This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan." Right, now what does it mean by we're rich? It means that we have this knowledge of the scriptures. That's what it means by it says, "But we are rich," is by having this knowledge of the scriptures. That's what that means. Alright, but he said what? He said, I'll read the top part again. It says, "I know thy works." Oh, and that's a cut to these guys saying that you don't have to have any works. That's a cut there because Christ said that he knows our works. So if works were not important, why would Christ take account of works then? That don't make any sense. If works weren't important to do, then why would Christ say here that he has taken account of them? Right? That don't make sense according to that doctrine. It says, "And tribulation." The word tribulation means a hardship, right? Hard times. And that's times we're in, right? Hard times. "And poverty." right? And what is poverty? Not having any money, right? That's what poverty is, right? So right there, he's saying that he knows all those things, man. Okay, so Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai, they see what's going on down here, man, and they're displeased with the condition that our people are in over here. Of course, we were sent over here, to serve servitude, right? That's true because that was a punishment, to the Israelites. That's definitely true. But this man has went, above and beyond, man. I mean, it's like, damn, this damn devil out here, man, right? Esau, this man went above and beyond, with the oppression of the Lord's people, man. I mean, he went overkill on us out here, man. I mean, damn, this is these are bad times, man. And then, oh, I saw a meme, man. I saw a meme. It was a joke about, damn, I can't remember the movie, but they were saying that, when you find out that World War II is getting a sequel before, your favorite movie. It's like, damn, people are starting to realize that, right? That another world war is on the horizon. And it is. Can't deny that. Hell, if you look at what's going on in the news, man, um, what was it, Nancy Pelosi, right? She wanted to take a trip over there to Taiwan, and China came out and said, "Hey, look, if you fly over to Taiwan to do a visit, we're gonna shoot your plane down." With Nancy Pelosi in it. It's like, oh shit, that's a threat of war right there, to shoot down one of the the leaders of a country. That's an act of war right there, man. Say, hey, look, if you can't see what's going on, then you're a damn fool. It's just that simple, man. Right? It's very clear, what's going on out here, man. So anybody that can't see it is just not deep. It's just that simple. You got this coon Perry want to sit on there and talk about, everyone that comes on, he asks them, do you sin? Do you sin? Do you sin? The guy's on there saying, oh, I don't sin. I don't have any sins. I can do whatever I want, right? As long as you don't call something a sin, it's not a sin, right? So he can steal from people, then that's not a sin as long as you don't call it not a sin. I mean, what the hell is this Joker talking about, man? Damn clown. Damn joke, man. This is the type of nonsense that's going on out here, man. And it was funny because I saw a week ago this devil went to the White House, right, or one of the Capitol buildings he was in front of. He's made, he took his foldable table and set up a little shop there, right? And he would tell people to come over and do a Bible study with, if they do, we'll give them, a brand new book and give them a shirt, and money, right? So it was just laughable, watching this guy trying to convince people, just believe in Christ and you can do whatever the hell you want. That's what he's trying to convince them, when he talks to them out there live, because he was streaming. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But anyway, I think I'm going to call that the lesson there. I just wanted to hit a couple of scriptures. And I hope that video is edifying. I'm going to say shalom.